Shalom. First off, I give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh be your name for Heavenly Father, Yahushai be your name for His only begotten Son, who the ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, Natasha's truth and more well, and salutations to you, hopeful act, pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity. Split Yahweh Sop, Cornelius and Spirit Power Yahweh Yahushai. Another update, end times events. I'm one of the brothers at the GMS Kansas City camp, and I wanted to speak on events that took place after the Super Bowl parade. Salakia. Super Bowl parade, shots fired, 1 dead after victory celebration to mark Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl title. You got 1 dead and 20 injured. Okay. According to this post here, the number just continues to go up and up and up. So they're celebrating victory for the Super Bowl. And, there was something that I could just feel was going to happen at this event. I thought maybe something would have took place at the actual game itself. But I had just spoke on this, man. And the lesson that I did, I just did this lesson called Super Bowl Sunday, Folly and Great Dignity. All right, and I was just speaking on this, that not to be surprised if something take place in this, in these celebrations, not to get too involved in this shit, because the people were out there really just kicking it, living on cloud 9, but the mirth is beginning to cease. Okay, because even though they won, back to back, there wasn't nearly as many people out there in previous years when they won, especially 2019. But I could just feel that something was kind of off, because they kept speaking on, how everybody's safe, everyone's good to go. But I'm watching this thing on TV, and there's just no precautions that are there. A lot of the players were getting off the buses and interacting with the crowds, but it was multiple times where people ran out into the street, into the parade, which coming to the players. Kids doing it. I mean, any given time, anybody could just do something. It was, I was thinking in the back of my head, like, these people ain't got these people in check. There's not nearly enough security. There's nobody being screened or checked. It's not a ticketed event. It's just open. Anybody can just come in there with anything. So it's just a matter of time before something, took place. Okay. And then lo and behold, at the very last end, man, when everyone's getting ready to go back home to their cars and exit the celebration, right before the news was getting ready to cut from the events and go on regular television, they said, wait, we just got to notice that something just took place. And they panned the camera back to the Union Station field, and they said that there were shots fired. They're trying to figure out what happened, but said shots fired. First, it was like 4 people injured, and they weren't sure. But then that number jumped up, and now this article is saying 1 dead, another 20 injured. So this was a pretty big shooting. Okay, and here are the moments here on this little Twitter video replay here. All right, so you see the fans fighting one of the shooters, and they had to tackle his ass. So, SWAT team was showing up, and this is it's crazy, man. A lot of people was going there. I was even thinking about maybe checking it out, but the Lord set it up to where I didn't go because I'm actually under the weather. Me and my family was under the weather, man. Me and my kids, so I wasn't trying to get even more sick, but it's a blessing that I didn't go, man, because look at this shit, man. These people brought out on stretchers, bleeding and shit. So, hey, let me bring a scripture out that goes into this type of stuff. Okay, this is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." You know, Apostle Tahar has been saying this, and I've been mentally saying this for myself. Stay away from these big ass gatherings and public events, man. You know, when it's an extremely crowded area, a lot of people concentrated in one spot. You know, the days are evil. We got to remember. So you just shouldn't attend things like that. You know, if you can bear it. Now, everything you want to do, go by the trust in the Spirit. If you make the decision to go, just be extremely circumspect. You know, try to get out there quickly. Don't be getting too involved with the mindset of the people of the world, because we're supposed to separate ourselves. You know, and all this stuff, these games, like brother's been bringing out, these things be rigged, man. Okay. You know, they're meant for bread and circus to distract you from what's going on in the world. Yeah, they're entertaining. You know, so if you've handled your business for the Lord, then go enjoy yourself, but just be cautious. All right, because these people were saying victory, 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 peace and safety. You know, the moment the most peace, the parade was over. They celebrated a victory. Everybody's good. Everybody's happy, right? All of a sudden, shots fired. They had to block everybody off. They had to take them and told them to go shelter in place inside Union Station, which is right behind the stage where the players were and the celebrities were performing at. And some of the people didn't escape, man. One died. 20 injured. 20 got injured. I don't know if that's 20 that got shot, but that's a large number of people that got shot. So just you mentally imagine being there and the bullets in the crowd and shit like that. What are you going to do? We got to pay attention to these times, man, that we're living in. Okay? This is the book of Ephesians 5:14. Wherefore he saith, Awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and the Mashiach shall give thee light. To you awake to the truth. Your mind is open and awakened to what's going on in the world. Okay, you become a newborn babe. Verse 15 says, See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. And all them people that are there they're basically fools, man. Folly, just kicking it, having a good time. Nothing gonna happen in the world. And these people got reminded the harsh way that these days are evil. This isn't 1980, 1999, where nothing really goes on in America. People just living it up and no care in the world. Got their kids and can just play freely down the street with nothing and not be concerned about nobody being kidnapped, nothing happened. We're not living in them days, man. We're living at the last hour, last seconds. So the Lord is putting on these spirits to create get vengeance, and for these people to be uproaring and rising up against each other. So you got to recognize what time you're in. Be circumspect, okay? Don't be around too many people that are in the world and you get caught in the crossfire. It says redeeming the time because the days are evil. So a lot of these people are not redeeming the time. I just want to live their best life. Enjoy life, which is nothing wrong with having a good time. But these people are out there doing all these things and they don't have the Lord in their hearts. They're just being worldly. Out there getting drunk. They got their kids out there as if nothing can happen. Ain't no security going on out there. There's no screening. There's no scanning for weapons. Everybody's just allowed. Anybody and everybody's allowed come up in there and get as close as they want to these team players, as if nothing's ever gonna happen. People getting drunk, bumping into each other, stepping on each other's toes, and fights breaking out. Next thing you know, shots fired. Shots fired, man. And they didn't give a damn about what kids was in that crowd. Some of them people that got hit might have been children. It looked like it was at least a teenager that was one of them stretchers, man. These days are evil. Okay?
This is the book of 2nd Esdras 15 and 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings, nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Okay, sedition, uproars against the government. So that's talking about insurrections against established order, not caring about the police, the president, whoever's in charge, just doing what they want to do. Okay, so you're gonna have more of these shootings and stuff happen with these events. You might want to avoid these major concerts and shit like that where you're gonna have hundreds of thousands of people gathered in one spot. Because Esau can set up a false flag to justify coming in and confiscating people's weapons to help with times of Jacob's trouble, which is martial law. There's all types of reasons he allows this stuff to happen. Sacrifices take place, and there be stuff that be insiders that be set up to just do things to appease the demonic energy and sacrifices and spells that are being put up by these devils. You don't know what they be doing in secret. It's been some time since things has happened back to back when it comes to these games like this. And what are the reasons for selecting certain cities to win? Because they be selecting shit. Shit really be set up for real, man. You can't put your heart and soul into these things. You're gonna find out the hard way real quick. 2nd Esdras 9 and 3. It says, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning." So Yahweh Bashem Yahshai said that these evil days, these evil times would come. When you see the uproars of the people, this is an example of uproars of the people, man. Okay, so just wanted to speak on that, man. It's crazy to see this shit, especially in this Kansas City is one of those cities that's extreme. It's known for being extremely docile, very small town vibe. Everybody knows everybody, So the Lord is shaking up even the places that they're deemed to be, somewhat peaceful. He's beginning to visit and judge the earth. Trying to make this a major metropolitan area, which it is a pretty decent sized city. Don't get me wrong, Kansas City's pretty big, but it's becoming, more modern to catch up to the rest of the cities, with public transportation, shit like that, and entertainment. They got all these stadiums they building out here. They completely remodel another casino. I mean, they got all types of money. They got a brand new airport that's been rated #1 in the U.S. So they doing a lot of shit, and there's a reason why they setting up this team to keep winning like that, to bring more people and tourism and money out here, because they got some big plans for what they want to do here. And also, this is the part of the Midwest that's home to Esau's blessing, his sword, with some weapons of mass destruction. Just an hour away from Kansas City. Yeah, so just be real careful about where you're going, where you're at, man. Still a lesson of the day, exposing the similarities in the sports events that are held in the U.S. It was the exact same results, as far as nationwide with sports, from the NBA to the NFL, certain events, as far as who won championships and titles. It was the exact same thing that happened in 2020 as just took place here in 2024. And the world event that hit was, the C19. And that came right in March, right after all this stuff. And so we can expect that this March, since all the things that the script was the exact same here in 2024, right before a total solar eclipse is on the way, we can expect possibly this March, this April, something big to take place, man. Shit's really turning up. Really turning up, man. So, hey, Lord's will, lessons edifying. I'm going to go ahead and close out and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and will well. And citation to hopeful light person this truth and honesty, sincerity. Shalom.